Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys had a great New Year. Hope you guys haven't broken your New Year's resolution as of yet. It is the 5th of January, and just a reminder, if you have broken your New Year's resolution already, remember April 1st is another new year for all of you that know. So today I wanted to talk about Netflix and not Netflix, scratch that. Today I wanted to talk about Tesla and Tesla's valuation. I know for Tesla's valuation, there has been a lot of disputes whether Tesla should be as valued as they are and whether they should not be. Right now, I'm not here to try and convince you to either buy or not buy Tesla, but I would like to do a comparison to Tesla's valuation and ask the question, does it make sense? Does it make sense to be valued at that price? Now, of course, as the days go by, the valuations move up and down. So when I got these numbers, it fluctuates. It's probably moved by now, but hopefully you will get the idea. So first off, I'm going to be saying a lot of numbers. Hopefully you guys can follow and not get distracted. I will try and put up the spreadsheet that I semi-made just to give you a kind of to help you follow with what I'm talking about. But so let's begin. First off, we'll talk about Tesla and where they are sitting and what metrics have been calculated for them. So for Tesla, for the prior year, I think 2024 or roughly around 2024, 2025, the yearly amount of sales for the cars, how many cars they've sold per year, have been within the range of 1.6 million to 1.8 million cars sold per year. Their net revenue has increased in the past couple of years. I think right now one of the highest was in the $97 billion range. So let's just say 98 billion. 98 billion for their revenue. Their net income, the highest I saw in the past 4 years, was in the $15 billion range. Right now, actually, in 2024, it was showing a $7 billion net income, and right now it's showing close to 5. So it seems to be trending downwards for the past 3 years. Their valuation, as of close to the end of last year, 2025, was showing a $1.4 trillion. Yes, not with a B, with a T, $1.4 trillion. And their PE ratio, if you know what that is, their comparison of price to earnings, was 310. Now, I know I just spat out a bunch of numbers. Hopefully, I'll put those all up on the screen so that you guys can write it down so you can follow. Now, the reason I'm talking about the comparison is because, of course, some people have argued if Tesla is actually a car company or if Tesla is actually a computer company. Now, I did some research on the couple competitors that they have, and I am going to read this to you for you to understand. I am going to combine the valuation, the amounts, the numbers of multiple companies to kind of show you in comparison if Tesla's valuation actually makes sense. Now, I'm going to use Toyota. If you have a pen and paper, you can write this down. I am going to combine Toyota, Volkswagen Group, Stellantis, Mercedes-Benz, Ford Motors, General Motors, Honda, BMW, Hyundai Motors, Uber, Lyft, and Waymo. Now, there's a reason I'm combining Uber, Lyft, and Waymo to the other car companies, mainly because Tesla is trying to venture off into the taxi service, self-driving. So that's why I added Waymo in there. But Uber is a very established, for lack of a better term, taxi service, right? So adding that valuation kind of gives me an understanding of what you should, look into once Tesla gets to that size or that range or whatever. Now, remember, the companies I named: Toyota, Volkswagen, Stellantis, Mercedes, Ford, GM, Honda, BMW, Hyundai Motors, Uber, Lyft, and Waymo. Now, for all those companies, the sales on a yearly basis, this is all yearly figures, the yearly basis sales of how many cars are sold by all those companies, excluding, of course, Uber, Lyft, and Waymo, since they don't really sell cars. They sell 48.49 million cars per year. Okay, now remember, I said Tesla sold 1.6 million cars in their last earnings. And those 9 companies sell 48.49 million cars. Now, as far as their net revenue comes up to be, once you combine all of them together, $1.75 trillion, while Tesla's net revenue, the highest I have seen, actually a couple of years back, they got up to 81 billion. Now, just so to make sure that we don't get anything confused, the 9 companies I mentioned, their total net revenue was 1.75 trillion. Tesla's recent net revenue was for 2024 was 97.7 billion. That's with a B, billion. The net income, Tesla's net income for 2024 was 7.09 billion. And for the net income for all the 9 companies was 92 billion for all those, excluding Tesla, of course. Now, the valuation is what really blows my mind. The valuation for Tesla, having all those lower figures, valuation for Tesla runs at 1.4 trillion. That's with a T, trillion dollars. And only including the car companies, not yet Uber, Lyft, or Waymo, but the car companies that sold 48 million cars, their valuation comes up to, drum roll please, $811 billion. Remember, Tesla is 1.4 trillion. All those 9 companies are $811 billion. Now, when you add Uber, Lyft, and Waymo, since they don't really sell cars, and I don't think Waymo is actually publicly traded, so I had to do some research on Google on what people anticipate the valuation to be. Adding all that together, the Uber, Lyft, Waymo, their valuation comes out to be $222.48 billion, roughly. Now, of course, these numbers aren't exact. I mean, even if I had reported it exactly on the day I got the figures, still does not mean those are what the figures are. But I'm trying to give you an understanding and a range to kind of see and perceive the differences. Now, are you still with me? Hope you're still with me. I know there's a lot of numbers I'm pushing out, but hope you're still with me. But now, the total value for the car companies, the 9 car companies I mentioned previously, and the 3 Uber, Lyft, Waymo, when you combine the valuation of what it has, it is saying that they are all valued at $1.03 trillion. $1.03 trillion. Remember, Tesla, when I looked it up, was valued at 1.4 trillion, and I think they went as high as 1.5 or 1.6 trillion at some point in 2025. Of course, things change, so you can do the research and check it out to be exactly sure. But yes, they've gone up to at least 1.5, 1.6 trillion. So you have those 9 companies with the 3 Uber, Lyft, and Waymo added together that equal to 1.03 trillion. The difference is $367 billion. Now, $367 billion of the difference is actually still more than Toyota's individual value of $338 billion. So that's basically another Toyota, another car company is pretty much added into the calculation for all those car companies to actually get up to the valuation of just Tesla. The differences on their net revenue is 1.7 trillion. If you compare the car companies and all of them, and Waymo, Lyft, and Uber with Tesla, Tesla has a net revenue less of 1.7 trillion. The net income is less by 98.38 billion, but Tesla's valuation is higher by 367 billion. Now, of course, a bunch of people they will bring up, well, Tesla is not really a car company. You know, they focus on computers and electronics. They're car of the future. They're thinking of robotics. Trucks, their trucks, 18 wheelers, I think, haven't really been, their numbers aren't in here because they haven't really sold much of them. I think they're still in the process of, building that department up. Their future is untold because, they're just saying promising a lot of things, but haven't delivered as of yet, which is perfectly fine to do. But as of right, and I know valuation of companies are not necessarily what they are valued at currently, but what they will be for the future. I have no problem with that at all. I am just asking, that future that people are seeing, are they indirectly saying that Tesla will be more valuable than the next 10 biggest car companies combined, plus Waymo, Uber, Lyft, because of what they're... You do realize that the other car companies are not just sitting down and not producing electric cars. Some of their electric cars are actually pretty fascinating. If you have ever looked into China's electric car market blows my mind. Like the things that they are providing for the cost. Now, whether the company subsidizes some of those car manufacturing, anybody can complain about that. But remember, when Tesla was first being built or growing, the American government also subsidized Tesla. You might not see it as that, but that's literally what they did. By giving credits for people that are buying electric cars, that actually helped mainly Tesla because nobody else was really selling electric cars. Now, of course, helping Tesla was also the benefit of the pollution tax. You know how some car companies had to pay Tesla to actually use their non-polluting way production. It was, I'm not explaining it 100%, but you can pretty much look it up. Of course, that has been removed, if I'm not mistaken, by Trump. So that's no longer there. So Tesla pretty much is losing monetary value in that area because car companies don't need to pay for reducing emissions anymore for what they produce. So yeah, they don't have the credits. People can't get credits for buying a Tesla anymore. So Tesla has lost money in those two ways and just has to pretty much make money in selling. If you saw recently the number of sales for their last quarter, 2025, sorry, those sales were down compared to last year as well. So I am just asking, as a concerned investor, at this moment, I think I have an option put for Tesla to go down, but that's besides the point. I would like to kind of clarify where the valuation is going or where it actually comes from. Now, I have noticed it seems the institutional ownership has decreased in Tesla. So it seems like somebody's keep paying attention and realizing that, hey, maybe this boat is not going to stay afloat much longer, that maybe we should, try to charter something else and wait till it downsizes or something along those lines. But to be honest, I am really questioning where is the valuation going to go? I mean, 1.5 trillion is a heck of a lot for a car company. And it seems like most of the car companies don't even have huge margins. Like their PEs are pretty low or in the 10 range, lower in the 10 range. But Tesla having a PE of 300 is mind blowing. It is mind blowing. So if you were to drop Tesla roughly in the range of PE of where the other car companies are, hopefully I'm doing my math roughly. Let's just say you should divide the value of the stock by like 30. So whatever the price of the stock is, you should pretty much divide it by 30, and that would fall within the same range as of now as all the other car companies right now. So if I remember correctly, right now as I'm looking at it, Tesla is trading around 460. Divide by 30. So Tesla, I don't know if my math is as accurate as I'm doing this as a real fast math, but Tesla should be around $15 a share based on what they're pretty much what they're doing. So yeah, think about it. If you're trying to invest in Tesla, consider maybe waiting a while, trying to see where the car market is going. Tesla is losing a lot of steam right now. I know this is most likely not going to happen anytime soon, but if China ever enters American market circulation, it's over. If you have not realized what China is giving for the amount of money they're giving it for, it's not even a competition. China is really just pulling out all the stops and giving everybody everything. But let me know if I missed something. Maybe I missed some kind of genius invention that Elon is coming out with that is making this valuation skyrocket to the moon. Maybe the investors do believe that the valuation of Tesla will go to the 5 trillion based on his package as the CEO. Or maybe they're wishing upon a star. There's something happened, because right now, for me, I don't know. It's been hard for me to justify the valuation of Tesla in any stance, but Tesla has been proving a lot of people wrong. So this whole video could just be wrong. But let me know what you think. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Click on the bell so you can get notified for any new videos I'll make. I will also be making other videos on cryptocurrency, tax filings, and a bunch of things that you guys can learn about. But yeah, leave a comment, click on the bell, click on the subscribe button so that you guys can be notified when I have new videos. And thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you guys later. Happy New Year again.